Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Joha, Adiba, Bushra. Good morning, ma. So, very warm welcome. Good morning to all of you. So, welcome back to online webinar classes. Sri Vasagi Degree College. This is Krishna, HOD about Sri Vasagi Degree College in Zoology Department. Today, we are going to discuss. Yesterday, we are discussing introduction of the endocrinology. So, come on, tell me. So, what does that mean? Hormones. What is the definition of hormone? Bushra, tell me. Bushra, tell me, mom. Hello. So, am I audible?
One organ which tissue called the target tissue or target organ functioning on this particular organ or tissue, sir.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. Sushmita, tell me which gland also known as thorn apple?
Thyroid gland.
Thyroid gland. Very nice. Uh, Tell me which is the smallest gland? Which is the smallest gland? Which is the smallest gland? Come on, tell me.
Pituitary gland is the smallest endocrine gland, sir.
Very good, excellent answer. Nice. Thank you very much, Adiba. So today we are going to discussing about the topic is first gland, that is pituitary gland. What? Pituitary gland. Pituitary gland. Okay, this is audible, visible. Adiba, anyone can say Bushra?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So, pituitary gland. Okay, now today we are going to discussing about pituitary gland. So, pituitary gland is a smallest gland. Pituitary gland is a called what ma? Smallest gland. Pituitary gland is nothing but what ma? It is the smallest gland. So, it is which shape? It is a P-shaped. P. It is the shape is P C shape. Okay, P-seed shape is look like a small gland. It is present in the brain. Okay, so that is a pituitary gland. Next one, this pituitary gland is also known as master gland. Pituitary gland is also known as what? Master gland. So why the pituitary gland is called master gland? Pituitary gland is called master gland because, okay, so why? Come on, tell me any idea? Any idea, ma? Any idea?
I think it is working on brain. Brain is the
Okay.
master of our body, no?
Okay, that is fine, of course. Why we can call it is a master gland? So because of pituitary gland, why we can call it as master gland? Nothing but it is it to control and coordinate the duct and ductless glands. Duct and ductless glands. That's why duct and ductless glands. Okay. So that's why it is called what master gland. It is a master gland. So why we can call it is a master gland? Nothing, right? It is to control the all glands, total all glands internally and externally to control the total activities controlled by this pituitary gland. That's why it's called what master gland. Of course. So we already discussed mixed gland. So mixed gland nothing but mixed gland which contains duct and ductless parts. But whereas here, so this is the master gland to control the exocrine and endocrine. Exocrine and endocrine. Exocrine and endocrine glands. That's why it is also called a master gland. What master glands? Very, very important. So now, next this pituitary gland, which is present in where? It is present in one bone-like structure part is there. It is a bone-like structure part is there. So here, what happened? Pituitary gland is present. This bone-like structure part is called Stella tersica. Stella tersica. That one is called Stella tersica. Stella tersica. Okay, the pituitary gland which is present in the bone-like structure part of the brain. That's why that is the bone is called Stella tersica. Right? Very important. Now this pituitary gland.
Stella?
Okay.
Sir, Stella?
Stella tersica. Stella tersica.
Tersica, sir?
Tersica. T-E-R-S-I-K-A. Tersica.
Okay, sir.
Okay, na? Okay. Okay. How many members? Right. Stella tersica. Now, this pituitary gland, which is having two parts, which is present in this pituitary gland, which is having two parts. One is so Rothke pocket. What Rothke's pocket. Okay. So what does it mean, Karma? Rothke's. Okay, R-A-T-H-K apostrophe S pocket. One of the part is called Rothke pocket. Okay, and the second part is called infundibulum. 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 Okay, what does it? What? Come on, tell me. So the pituitary gland which is having two parts. It is having what two parts are there. One is Rothke pocket and infundibulum. Infundibulum. Okay. So that is very, very important. Right. You know very well. For example, you know very well. So that means one packet-like structure. For example, this is a pocket-like structure part. This pocket-like structure part, which is called Rothke pocket. Rothke pocket. Or stem-like structure part is called Stem-like structure part is called infundibulum. Infundibulum. Right? Two parts are there. Pituitary gland. Pituitary gland, which is present in the bone, small bone-like structure part. The bone part is called groove-like structure bone. Groove-like structure bone is called Stella tersica. And pituitary gland, which contains two parts. One is Rothke pocket, and second one is called infundibulum. Infundibulum. Very important. Now, so Rothke pocket which contains two parts. Rothke pocket which contains so two parts are there. One is very important. One is adenohypophysis. 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 Second one, what happened ma? Intermediate lobe. What ma? Intermediate lobe. Second one, what ma? Intermediate lobe. It is called intermediate lobe. Number one, adenohypophysis. Number one, what beta? Number one, I would like to big letters. Okay, adenohypophysis. Okay, adenohypophysis. Okay, right. Second one, what happened ma? Middle lobe. Okay, a middle lobe or intermediate lobe. What ma? Intermediate lobe. Intermediate lobe. This is called what happened ma? Rocky pocket, which contains two parts. One is adenohypophysis. Second one is middle lobe, that is intermediate lobe. And so already two parts are there. Pituitary gland, which contains two parts. One is Rocky pocket and infundibulum. So one is adenohypophysis. That is the next one, middle lobe. That is called intermediate lobe. Okay. Actually, this is the two parts of pituitary gland. Actually, pituitary gland, very important thing. Pituitary gland, which contains three lobes. Pituitary gland, which contains what ma? Three lobes, right? So what are the three lobes? This is completed. What are the three lobes are there? Come on, tell me. I would like to draw a diagram. I would like to draw the diagram, right? So see, for example, okay, so this is a what happened ma? Pituitary gland diagram. Is it visible? Usha, it is visible because
Yes, sir.
okay, thank you. Okay, so this is okay. Pituitary gland, which is three lobes are there. Okay, so one is this is called hypothalamus. This pituitary gland, which is three lobes are there. Three lobes are there. Okay. Three lobes are there. Number one, first lobe is called okay. So that is anterior lobe. What ma? Anterior lobe. This anterior lobe is called okay. That is the name pars tuberalis. Okay, so this anterior lobe is called what ma? Pars tuberalis. Next, second lobe is called okay. So that is pars intermedia. Second lobe what ma? Pars intermedia, or it is also called so middle lobe. It is also called what ma? Middle lobe. Pars intermedia or pars intermedia. It is also called middle lobe. Next lobe is called that is okay. Pars narosa. What ma? Pars narosa. It is also called posterior lobe. What ma? Posterior lobe. Okay, got my concept. Okay, how many lobes are there ma? Come on, tell me. Pituitary gland which contains how many lobes? Anyone?
3 lobes, sir.
What are those?
Anterior lobe or pastro Bareilles lobe. Second lobe is pars intermedia or middle lobe, and the third one is pars nervosa or posterior lobe.
Once I repeat. Pituitary gland which contains three lobes. Number one, so anterior lobe. Number two, intermediate lobe, middle lobe. Number three, posterior lobe. Anterior lobe is called pars tuberalis. Pars tuberalis. Okay, now. So because of it look like a tube-like structure, that's why it's called pars tuberalis. Okay, clear? Krishna. Next, second one.
Sir, clear.
Second lobe is called middle lobe. Second lobe is called what? Middle lobe. So the middle lobe, another name is called pars intermedia. What? Pars intermedia. Right. Third lobe is called pars nervosa or posterior lobe. So this is very important. Clear? Okay. Now these are the three layers. Already told you. Come on, tell me. Already told you. So, in which lobes in which part of the pituitary gland which is present in the Rothke pockets? Rothke pocket. Already told you. Come on, tell me. What is Rothke pocket? The pituitary gland contains two parts, na? One is Rothke pocket, and second one is infundibulum, right?
Pocket-like structure is called Rothke pocket.
Okay. So, Rothke pocket which contains what part? Okay, Rothke pocket which contains what part now? Which in pituitary gland three lobes are there. Two lobes are belongs to Rothke pocket. One lobe is present in the infundibulum, right? Okay, so that means what ma? Pars intermedia, pars tuberalis, anterior lobe, middle lobe, anterior lobe, and that means what ma? This part is called. This completely part which is present in the which pocket? Okay, anterior lobe and middle lobe. Pars tuberalis and middle lobe which is present in where? Rothke pocket. What ma? Rothke pocket, right? So, this Rothke pocket which is, you know very well. So, the Rothke pocket is contains two parts, na? One is, what beta? One is adenohypophysis and the second one whatever intermediate lobe. So that means what ma? Anterior lobe pars tuberalis is called what ma? Anterior lobe pars tuberalis is present in that Rothke pocket. That part is called what ma? Hypophysis. Okay, adenohypophysis. Already told you na. So Rothke pocket which contains two parts, na? One is adenohypophysis, second one is intermediate lobe, right? Clear? So what ma? For example, so this adenohypophysis, that means anterior lobe pars tuberalis is called adenohypophysis and intermediate lobe is called seam. So both are present in which pocket? Pocket-like structure. That pocket is called Rothke pocket. Rothke pocket. Very important. For example, see. Once I repeat. Okay. Pituitary gland which is present the groove-like structure bone, that is called Stella turcica. That is skull bone. Okay, Stella turcica. In that, what happened ma? One packet is there. Two parts are there. One is Rothke pocket. Second one is infundibulum. Infundibulum stem-like structure. In Rothke pocket, mainly two parts are there. One is okay adenohypophysis. Second one is intermediate lobe. Adenohypophysis which contain that is called pars tuberalis or anterior lobe. Okay, and intermediate lobe which contains middle lobe, right? Okay, and what happened ma? Next infundibulum which contains what ma? So that is in anterior lobe. So the posterior lobe. Okay, these pars nervosa, pars tuberalis, okay, pars nervosa and pars the posterior lobe is called. This part is called what ma? This part is called what beta? Neurohypophysis. What ma? Neurohypophysis. In the neurohypophysis, what type of which part which lobe is present in this neurohypophysis? Okay, in the neurohypophysis, so the lobe is present, that is called pars nervosa or posterior lobe. Posterior lobe. Why we can call it neurohypophysis? Nothing but these lobes should not contain true pituitary gland hormone, the hormones which are secreted from hypothalamus and storage into the posterior lobe or pars nervosa. That's why this part is called what ma? Neurohypophysis. Clear? This is the very important one. Okay, and so once I repeat, a pituitary gland which contains two parts. One is Rothke pocket, second one is infundibulum. In Rothke pocket, two parts are there: adenohypophysis and that means intermediate lobe. Okay, so in Rothke pocket, so the adenohypophysis part is called, the part is called pars tuberalis or anterior lobe. And intermediate lobe, it is also called middle lobe. Okay, clear? That is very important. And the second infundibulum, the infundibulum is also look like stem-like structure. So that part is called neurohypophysis. In this lobe is called pars nervosa or posterior lobe. Simply, totally pituitary gland which contains how many lobes? 3 lobes are there. One is anterior lobe, second one middle lobe, third one posterior lobe. Anterior lobe is called pars tuberalis or anterior lobe. Middle lobe is called intermediate lobe and pars intermedia. Middle lobe or intermediate lobe or is called pars intermedia. And posterior lobe is called pars nervosa or posterior lobe. Okay, this is very important. 3 lobes are completed. Now, coming to the point, which hormones are secreted? The hormones are secreted from pituitary gland. Okay, so which hormones are secreted from pituitary gland and which part? Right? I would like to give. So this is a diagram of pituitary gland. Now, see, you know very well the pituitary gland which contains how many parts? Na 2 lobes. Na 2 lobes. Okay. So what are the lobes? Come on, tell me. For example, okay. So anterior lobe or what with the pars tuberalis from this point, or it is also called what ma? Adenohypophysis. They also call what ma? Adenohypophysis. And second lobe is called intermediate lobe. What ma? Intermediate lobe. Okay, or we can call it what beta? So pars intermedia, right? So this is the second lobe, and the third lobe is called what I mean, posterior lobe. Okay, it is also called pars nervosa. What ma? Pars nervosa, or also called what ma? Neurohypophysis, or also called what ma? Neurohypophysis. The part. Okay, from this part, what type of hormones are secreted? The hormones are secreted. Come on, tell me. Okay, right? Come on, tell me. From anterior lobe, number 1 hormones. Okay, number 1 hormone that is called GH. GH means what? Ma? Growth hormone. GH means what? Growth hormone. And growth hormone. Next what? Ma? ACTH. We'll explain later one by one. ACTH, adenosine. That means sorry, not adenosine. So adrenocortic tropic hormone. So adrenocortic tropic hormone and TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. Next, okay. Next hormone, FSH. FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. What ma? Follicle stimulating hormone. Right. Next hormone. So what next hormone here? We have issued right. FS is completed. LH, luteinizing hormone. LH nothing but luteinizing hormone. Next, what happened, ma? So this is a very important. That means prolactin, PTH, prolactin tropic hormone. Prolactin tropic hormone. So that is very well. That means it is also called prolactin. It is also called prolactin. So these hormones are secreted from the part of anterior lobe. From the part of anterior lobe of pituitary gland. So that is anterior lobe or adenohypophysis hormones. These are called adenohypophysis hormones or pars tuberalis secreted hormone or anterior lobe secretes hormone. Okay. What are those? Come and tell me. GH. GH means growth hormone. So ACTH not bad. Corticotropic hormone will explain in detail. Okay. TSH means thyroid stimulating hormone. Next one, FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. Next one, LH, luteinizing hormone. So prolactin tropic hormone is also called prolactin. Clear? Now, intermediate lobe or pars intermedia. From pars intermedia, one hormone is secreted that is called intermedin. It is also called intermedin hormone. And second hormone is called MSH. MSH, that is called a very important melanin stimulating hormone. What ma? Come on, tell me, what does that mean? Melanin stimulating hormone. Very important. Now, this is clear. Now, let us come into the point posterior lobe to secretes. Okay. So, that is pars nervosa or neurohypophysis hormones. What are those? Okay. Number one. Okay. ADH. What ma? ADH. ADH means what? So, anti-diuretic hormone. What ma? Anti-diuretic hormone ADH. It is also called vasopressin. What ma? Vasopressin, anti-diuretic hormone. Another name that is called vasopressin. Next, second hormone that is called oxytocin. What is oxytocin? These are the pituitary gland lobes and it secretes what are the hormones? So that is posterior lobe hormone, anterior lobe hormones, intermediate lobe hormones and posterior lobe hormones. Very important. If you know this flow chart, one by one we'll discuss. Okay, what are the important? Come and tell me, what are the hormones? Come and tell me. Posterior, the pituitary gland which contains three lobes. One is anterior lobe and second one is middle lobe, that means intermediate lobe. Third one is posterior lobe. Anterior lobe, that means pars tuberalis or adenohypophysis hormones. What are those? Growth hormone, ACTH and TSH, FSH, LH, PTH and also called prolactin. Now, intermediate lobe hormone, that is intermedin, and MSH. MSH means what? Melanin stimulating hormone. And posterior lobe, that is called pars nervosa, and neurohypophysis. And whatever ADH. So ADH is anti-diuretic hormone, and also called vasopressin. And it is also one more hormone is also known as. So what oxytocin. This is the flow chart of pituitary gland arm. Okay. So anybody can say what are the how many lobes are there? So what type of hormones secreted from different lobes? Come on, tell me. Anybody can say taka answer. I want.
There are three lobes, anterior lobe, posterior lobe.
me, Joha. Tell me. Joha, tell me beta.
Yes, sir.
Bola. What are the hormones? Come on, tell me. Bus. Tell me fast.
Growth, uh, growth hormone GH and ATH, TSH and FSH. Next, utilizing hormone LH and PTH in intermediate lobe, uh, intermediate and melanin stimulating hormone. Only two hormones is there. In posterior lobe, ADH and oxytocin.
Very good, Joha. Fantastic answer you have given. Very good. Thank you very much, Joha. I think. Tell me, Sushmita. Tell me fast. What lobes are there? Which lobes are to secrete which hormones?
Three lobes are there. Anterior lobe, intermediate lobe, paranervous lobe. Anterior lobes are growth hormone TSH, ACTH, FSH, LH, PH. Intermediate lobe MSH. Paranervo harmonic lobes are ADH, vasopressin, oxytocin.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sushmita. Thank you very much. It is pronunciation you must be known, ma. Pars nervosa, or posterior lobe. Okay, or it is also called neurohypophysis. Okay, Bushra, you can tell me by big, by loud.
In pituitary glands, three lobes are present. First is anterior lobe or pars tuberolis or adenohypophysis lobe. The second one is intermediate lobe or pars intermedia. And the third lobe is pars nervosa or neurohypophysis, or another name is their posterior lobe. The hormones which are secreted from the anterior lobes are as follows. Those are first one growth hormone, and the second one is adenocartin-tropic hormone, and the third one is thyroid stimulating hormone. Fourth is follicle stimulating hormone, and fifth one is luteinizing hormone, and sixth one is prolactin-tropic hormones. The intermediate lobe releasing hormones are, first one is intermediate hormone, and the second one is melanin stimulating hormones. The third lobe releasing the hormones are, first one is antidiuretic hormones or vasopressin hormones. The second one is oxytocin hormone.
Okay, fantastic answer. Fantastic answer, Bushra. Thank you very much. And next question goes to Vikas. Tell me, ma. Vikas, I would like to. What are the pituitary gland lobes are there? What are the names of that pituitary gland names? Come on, tell me. Vikas, are you there? Adiba, tell me, ma. Fast. Total.
Yes, sir.
Tell me.
Pituitary glands having two parts. First, a Rocky pocket, and second, infundibulum. And Rocky pockets have two parts. That is adenohypophysis and intermediate lobe. Adenohypophysis and called as anterior lobe, and intermediate lobe also called as middle lobe. Pituitary gland contains three lobes. Those are anterior lobe, also called as a pars tuberolis, and second lobe, middle lobe, that is pars intermedia, and third lobe is posterior lobe, that is pars nervosa. First lobe, anterior lobe. It consists of growth hormone and thyroid stimulating hormone and follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone and prolactin hormone are secreted by anterior lobe. And second one is middle lobe. In that intermediate hormones are secreted. And third one posterior lobe, also called as pars nervosa. In that oxytocin and ADH are secreted.
Very good, very good. Thank you very much for a wonderful answer to given my legendary students. Thank you very much. I hope today session is very fantastic session. Thank you very much. And this in detail topic tomorrow we'll discussing about. Today the session is completed. Thank you very much. This is Krishna, HOD of Zoology, signing out.
Yes, sir.